my glasses. Got my glasses. Let's turn this around. Hey y'all, this is the first time I'm doing this whole live thing on YouTube. So we're all gonna learn this together. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I have my glasses with me. So if someone has a question, this is the first time I am able to answer it, I think. Let's see where we're going. So I promised you all from Facebook that I was going to introduce or update my crazy farm family. And that's what I'm doing now. So, let me go out there and take care of. Oh, I have a comment. Shoot. It goes away too fast. I'm going to put my glasses on. Don't you all make fun of me now, because I have old man glasses. I can't see. Crap. Oh, there's another comment. Hi. Giggle Cuts. Hey there, Giggle Cuts. For the first time, I am able to see messages. So, you guys are the first ones to see. Good afternoon, Jay. Lisa, I can say that you're the most senior watcher because you were with me yesterday. So I think you know what you're doing on YouTube. So I might be asking you some questions because I don't know crap. So I am doing this whole new thing on YouTube. So, I'm okay. Yeah. Wow. These glasses do not look good. It is cold here. Hi, Angie or Angel. Angie. Yeah. So I can't see. I'm dyslexic. I have ADD. This is going to be interesting. So, you guys are going to be the first ones to see what I'm doing now on YouTube. So, this is the barn. You've seen our barn before. And, on Facebook, I did an update of Patty. I think I did that yesterday. I'm not sure. But I'll show you Patty again. So I got this cool tripod for my phone that I can actually set down, or it has cute little tie things, so I can actually stick it on poles or stick it somewhere. Don't tell me to stick it. But there's Patty. And if you remember, Patty is the one that had meningeal worm. And that's a nasty worm that comes from our white-tailed deer. And it doesn't seem to affect the deer, but when it gets into goats, it actually goes after the central nervous system and they end up by getting paralysis. So you need to get that one as soon as possible. So that's what we did with Patty, but she still has some paralysis. She's not 100% yet, but we're slowly getting there, and hopefully we'll get better. So the one thing that I want to do on YouTube is do more videos. So the one thing that I don't like about Facebook is that Facebook makes billions of dollars, and they don't give any of that to people like me who spend a lot of energy sharing stuff with you all. So as much as I love doing this, it doesn't pay for taking care of my animals. So, and unlike real shows that have sponsors, this is all for free. So on YouTube, we get just pennies for any advertisements that's happening on our YouTube channel. We also have an opportunity to do special things for people who want to become members, which I'm just learning now. So in order to be a YouTube partner, you have to have over a certain number of followers or subscribers, and you have to have a certain number of hours from people watching your videos. So the more people I get on this channel, and the more people who watch these crazy videos, why are you eating my jacket? They will give me more benefits on YouTube. So that's why I'm doing more with YouTube and trying to do less with Facebook. So this is Patty's kid, and he's been hanging out with Patty while she's been recovering, but he's a pain in the butt. He is just 6 months old, and he's spoiled now. Oh, someone made a comment. Wait, keep it up there. What does it say? Posted this video link over here. Oh, thank you very much. Wait, did you say you posted it? How do I get that back? Sorry, I am learning all this stuff. Yay! Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, so that's the thing. I have 40,000 followers on Facebook, but I have a feeling most of them do not know how to get over on YouTube. I think it's a totally different audience than the YouTube audience. So the one thing I have to say about Facebook is that it's very user-friendly, especially if you want to share things like videos. You don't have to figure out anything, but that's because they, of course, are getting all of the profit. So they want you to share as much as you can. And hopefully more people will see this. So being the first people to see my YouTube live feed, I'm going to share some craziness that you guys did not know. So, of course, you all know that crazy thing of me dancing with my goat. That was how I went from having a private Facebook page to having a public page. It was actually because friends of mine, when I posted that video just to friends, they wanted to share it with their friends, and because it was a private post, their friends couldn't see it. So they talked me into making it public. Okay, you are getting on my nerves, you little brat. So to make it, when I made it public, that's when it exploded, and you guys all know what happened after that. But I was not known before that as the dancing farmer. I know now everyone thinks that that's what I am, the dancing farmer. But I have to confess, I am not a dancer or a farmer. Yeah. I know you're grasping your pearls right now, but it's true. So obviously I'm not a dancer, that's obvious. As far as the farming thing, yes, I do have goats and sheep and chickens and ducks and turkeys, but I don't consider myself a farmer because I'm not in the business of being a producer. That was the one thing I did not want to do from the beginning. I knew that I was not planning on producing food for mass media. And if of our food comes from distributors. If you do most of your shopping in supermarkets or big box stores like Walmart or Sam's Club or even Amazon, all of their food comes from, for the most part, factory farms and industrial farms. And I can't compete with that, and I never planned on it. So when I bought this farm, I had absolutely no experience of being a farmer. I didn't come from a farm family. I knew absolutely no one who had a farm or who grew up on a farm. So there's absolutely no knowledge of being a farmer. So because of Ellen, everyone thought of me as a dancing farmer. And so what I want to do with this page is actually show you the craziness of how this non-dancer and non-farmer is living on a farm. So all the things that I'm doing now are things that I learned while being here. I've only had the farm for 5 years now. The Ellen Show was 3 years ago. So you get an idea of how much I had to learn in a short time. So today I wanted to introduce some of our animals and show you how I've become addicted to having a farm. So I did always have a dream as a kid of living on a farm, and that was something that I say is a dream come true, to live on the farm. But unfortunately, none of those dreams ever showed me how much work it is to have a farm. So when I bought this farm, the whole thing, someone left a comment. I need to read it quickly. Yay! Thanks, Lisa. I'm sure there's a way to keep these messages open. Sorry, I am... Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yay! Hi, Patty. So the good thing about having YouTube and me wearing my old man glasses is I can see the comments coming in. And since you guys are the first ones to be on this YouTube page when I'm doing live, I can read your messages. But you have to forgive the bouncing and all of this stuff that's going on. I am trying to find a way let's see, is there a way to keep sorry, hold on while I figure out the chat thing. chat viewing options. Live chat, all chats are visible. Okay. I think I can see all chats now. Hopefully. This is not a good view of me. Oh my God. Wow. Sorry, I don't mean to be vain, but where was I? I was talking about my farm and my farm animals. So the whole point of doing this YouTube channel is that I want to share all of the craziness that's happening on the farm and share it as it's happening. So I plan on doing more recordings and more live feeds, so you guys get to be more up close and personal on my farm. So, of course, the whole time I'm doing this, I am going to try to convince you all that you need to come to the farm and do some work. Yes, because my ultimate dream is to turn this 35-acre farm into a bed and breakfast where people can come and see the way that old farms used to be. And now with more and more factory farms taking over, fewer and fewer people are able to actually come to an actual farm and see just some regular things that happen on a farm, like milking the goats. It seems so simple now that I've been doing it for 5 years, but having someone actually get a chance to milk goats and then see what you can make with goat milk is awesome. So those are some of the things that I want to do. I have an old 150-year-old farmhouse that I am trying to renovate and turn it into a bed and breakfast. I also am trying to figure out how to do some camping and glamping on the farm. So we're looking into higher quality tents and summer type housing, so people can come and actually be right in nature. So that's my big dream for the farm. So I'll tell you a little bit more about me that you probably didn't know. I actually grew up outside of Albany, so not that far from here. So I'm not from the city originally. I moved to New York as a flight attendant, and I lived there until I bought this farm. So for 26 years, I lived in New York. So the one thing that I found interesting with people who live in big cities is that they definitely want to come out to the country. They want to unplug, and ag tourism is a huge thing now for city dwellers. So that was my big motivation to get this farm. I know how much I love being on the farm, and I'm hoping I can find more people to come and be on the farm. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? So I'm going to show you actually some of the animals and introduce you to our family. Let me turn this around real quick. So right now in winter we separate our goats. So these are our standard breed goats, and they're a Nubian cross. And the reason that we have Nubian goats is because Nubians don't have to be bred every single year in order to produce milk. So I have our moms that we have breeding, and they get bred every 2 years. So this is this is Marilyn, and she had babies this year, so she will not be bred this year. She won't be bred again until next year, but she will give me milk right up until next year, when I actually will stop her from milking. So what you do when they're first pregnant is you slowly take less and less milk, so that she ends up by drying up, and then all of her energy goes to her babies. So, but this year she's going to produce, now that her babies are old enough and they don't need milk, I'm taking all of her milk, and she gives me about a quart to a quart and a half of milk a day. And this is her baby from 3 years ago. This is Cajeta, and Cajeta is a Mexican goat caramel, and that's why she's named Cajeta, because she makes Cajeta for us with her milk. She had babies this year, and she also is not going to be bred until next year, so she's not going to be pregnant this year. Stella is not pregnant this year, although she looks like she's pregnant. She actually had a worm issue this year, so she gets a year off, even though we're not milking her. And the one who's really chilled out right there, that's Melody. And Melody had babies 2 years ago, so she just got bred this year. So we're still milking her now, but we'll stop milking her in about another 2 months. We'll slow her down, and then all of her energy will go towards her babies. And that is Mallory. Mallory is also bred this year, so she will be giving birth this year. So that is just some of our goats that I wanted to introduce you to. And we also have, I'll switch it around again. These are our sheep. They're East Frisian sheep. And we also keep our buck Jack in with the sheep, because he can't get these guys pregnant. These are all girls. So if he were bigger, goats actually can breed with sheep, and they do make a hybrid baby that is born infertile. So that's why you don't see goat sheep mixes on farms. But since he's a Nigerian dwarf, he's not able, even if he wanted to, he's too small to breed our big East Frisian sheep. And they are a dairy sheep, so they produce tons of milk when they get bred. This year, because I did not have enough farm help, I decided not to get them bred. So there is no sheep's milk cheese this year. Right, Jack? Jack is our big stud. And you definitely have that wonderful buck smell. So now you all remember Buddy. Buddy is our the turkey that I raised last year. Well, I'll turn this around. This is Baby. So Baby is Buddy's baby. And Buddy had 2 babies this year. But Buddy actually was not a very good mom. it was probably my fault because I had her in the bathroom in the house last year. So I had to take care of this one, who actually got beat up by the other turkeys. So she ended up by getting beat up, and they pecked her eye, so she is blind in one eye. So I had to adopt her. So I didn't do any Facebook posts of Mo, I'm coming. You hear Mo complaining because Mo is a drama queen. I didn't do any posts on Facebook because I didn't want everyone asking where baby is. Because I don't have time to do all of the updates that I'd like to. But on YouTube, I will. So baby is actually comes to me. She's more like a pet. And baby is she. How old are you now? That was Buddy had her babies in was that August? I think it was August. So Buddy is outside now because Buddy is a little too rough with the goats and sheep. And Buddy, one thing you'll learn about girl turkeys is that with turkeys, it's the females that actually are the boss. Unlike chickens and ducks, turkeys are the ones who decide who is going to mate with them. So it's the turkeys that it's the females that are actually nasty. I'm hoping that baby is a boy that will grow up to be a tom, because then he will be nicer, although he hasn't done the strutting thing that boys do. But part of that could be because there's no other turkeys in the barn. I can't have turkeys in the barn because they poop everywhere. And I do not like poop. Of course, I'm in the wrong profession if I don't like poop. Because that's what I've learned farmers do. The only thing we really raise is a lot of poop. That's it. We just have to feed the poop makers. Yeah, I'm not a big... I have chickens that are in here because one of my hens showed up with a bunch of babies at the end of September, which around here is very unhealthy, because in October we get freezing temperatures, and those chicks would never have survived. So I had to bring them inside, and I haven't figured out how to get them out yet. So hopefully we'll be able to do that at some point before winter ends, because I really like having a little space for me. And as you can tell, our dance space. Do I have a garden? Yes, I do have a garden. I didn't post much of the garden this year just because I didn't have time. But yeah, and I need to keep moving the garden, so I'm still trying to figure out where's the best place to have a garden. So I do tomatoes, peppers. I call it my oh my God, now I just forgot. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Ratatouille. Yes, it's my ratatouille garden. I grow everything that you would put in ratatouille. So I love eggplant, peppers, onions, tomatoes, all the different kinds of squash, and that's my ratatouille garden. I'm looking into doing more types of stuff in the garden. The problem is that when it's time to plant, that's also the time that these guys are having babies. So it's a time management thing. So, and if you haven't figured out, it is just me on the farm. I I've been hoping that I get friends and new people to come. You remind me much my cute son-in-law. Oh well, thank you, Darlene. Thank you. Hopefully your son-in-law will come and give me a hand, because I need help. Right, baby? Right. Yes. So, yeah, so the garden, hopefully I'll get more help this year. Last year I had 5 people that said they were going to come and give me a hand. They were going to be full-time farm hands, and something came up, and they got a real job. So I don't get the farm hands that I would like to get. So one thing that I don't share that much on Facebook, but I'll share it with you all, is that it is just me. When Ellen first had me on her show and all of that craziness happened, I didn't want to tell people that it was just me on the farm. And it wasn't because I was afraid of myself. I was afraid someone was going to do something to my animals. So, as you probably know, my dogs stay out all night long. They take care of the farm while I sleep. I was very afraid that someone would do something, like throw rat poison or something and hurt my babies. So that's why I haven't been spreading that it's just me. Yeah, so the agricultural school, we do have one here in at Cobleskill, which is the nearest college town for us. The problem with college students is that the interns that are looking for farms to work on, they really need to have things to do at the beginning of the spring semester, which is now. And this is my my slow time. And 4-H Club, I just saw that too. Yeah, again, that would be great, but with 4-H, it's students who are in school now, and they usually want animals that they can have in their 4-H so they can have in fairs and competitions. The problem with that is that the animals that they choose, they have to be meet the 4-H requirement. And since I'm not a actual commercial farm, I don't have my goats and sheep are not registered. They don't have the paperwork that's needed for 4-H, and they do need to be registered. They also need to be proven to be a full breed, and mine are not proven to be full breed, even though I know that they're like my Nigerian dwarf goats. They are Nigerian dwarf because they're a dairy miniature goat, but without the paperwork, they couldn't go for 4-H. But the college students, unfortunately, when I'm at my busiest time, it's when their spring semester is coming to an end. So by then, those students have already found places, farms that they could intern in. So, and I tell everyone now that the reason that I fell in love with this area is unfortunately the same reason why it's so hard to get help. So the best part about where I am now is that I have no neighbors. I can be outside naked and no one would ever know. Not that I do that, but and I love that I'm out. You know, I don't like people saying you're in the middle of nowhere, because no one's in the middle of nowhere. If you're there, it's not nowhere. You're there. So it's just very rural. So I have very few neighbors, and that's cute. That's why I love this, especially after coming from New York City. But unfortunately, the people who are motivated to work, especially people that I would love to have on the farm, if they're motivated to work, it's usually because they want to leave. So the kids who actually are so motivated, they end up by leaving as soon as they get their driver's license. So they don't want to stay. And now with the work shortage that we have in most places, they can get paid more by flipping hamburgers at a fast food place than they can as a farmhand, and it's a lot harder to do this kind of work than flipping hamburgers. So that's the trade-off of all of this is not being able to find good farm help. So this year I decided I'm going way down in numbers. I need a lot fewer turkeys. Yeah, don't worry, you're safe. And I'm not breeding goats as much. I totally understand. Because yes, you're right. And yeah, once you get older, forget about it. I kept saying that, oh no, I'm going to stay young by doing all this work. Wow, yeah, reality stinks. Hey, I want to ask you guys, since you guys are on now, I only have 3 people watching me, which is awesome. It's like you guys are visiting the farm. I want to ask, can you guys actually see the comments that are put, that someone gives? So when one of you makes a comment, it actually goes, will you stop please? It actually goes on my screen. Yes, I can see all comments. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Lisa, you didn't realize that you were going to be a Dancing Farm employee. Yep. Yeah. And Patty. Hey, Patty, that's Lisa. Lisa, that's Patty. Glad and Google Guts. Google Guts. Yes, Lisa. So I want to know why your name is Google Guts. That is a very interesting. Now that it's just the 4 of us, we can get really personal. So you guys weren't here yesterday. Patty was, and Patty helped me figure out this whole chat thing. So I thank Patty very much for her help. You know, who knows, maybe all 3 of you are going to be employees of the Dancing Farm. Where are you from? Oh, yes. Oh, wait, I didn't get that. I need to do that again. What did it say? Born in D.C., raised in Central Florida. I'm from Alberta, Canada. Oh, nice. Wow. And one more person just came on. I didn't know I was going to have a one-on-one with you guys. This is awesome. And from Chicago, so Lisa, you're used to the cold weather too then. So we are just getting snow today. We are finally going back into winter weather. Believe it or not, I've gone almost a week now without turning on the heat. I know, and even people around here would be in disbelief. So I'll tell you, I do not. My farmhouse, I only have 3 rooms that I heat. Just the kitchen, living room, and dining room. The bedroom's not heated. And, oh, you're getting snow. Yeah, we're getting snow now. And then, oh, you're getting the snow that we're getting on Saturday. But the hottest room in my house is where the pellet stove is. and I have it set to 55 degrees. My bedroom is not heated, so I have really good comforters that I actually love it cold when I sleep. So the past week, I have not had to turn the heat on at all. As long as the temperature doesn't go below 30 outside, I don't try not to turn the heat on unless I have to worry about my pipes freezing. And the reason for that is because I'm outside almost all the time. So to have to go in and out in really hot temperatures, I can't take it. So that's my big well, yeah. So the cold, you guys are getting the cold that we're getting now. We just switched. So, but you know, the one thing I always love talking to people about. It's cold here. Yeah. So the one thing I always talk about is my family. They're all very much into the heat. They keep their houses at a temperature that would be summertime. My nieces and nephews always walk around in summer clothes in the house, and then they never want to go outside because of the huge temperature change. So the one thing that I always try to tell everyone is, okay, when it's 50 degrees in October, it feels so cold. When it's 50 degrees in March, it feels so warm. People are out in shorts and t-shirts. It's the same conditions in both instances. The only difference is you've gotten acclimated to the cold temperatures over the winter. So why would you have the temperature like summer in the winter? Because then you're never going to want to go out. So turn it down. But no one's going to listen to me. I know. Let's see. So what else? So since you're on here now, we lost some people. I want to know from you guys. Oh, Colorado has, yes. Oh, well, you guys in Colorado get really crazy weather. When I was a flight attendant, I remember it could be 70 one day and a blizzard the next. You guys have some really, you guys are used to crazy weather there, it seems like. I've never lived there though, so you could probably tell me more about Colorado weather. But okay, I'm going to walk outside and show you guys a little bit. We're going to leave Patty right here. Sorry, Patty. Or not Patty. You're not Patty. You're Baby. Baby's hungry. That's why she's doing that. And actually, I'll just get her a little something because she's going to be a pain in the butt if I don't. So, because Baby doesn't like to get down because the chickens actually pick on her. Here, Baby. So I just give her the bucket of food. Eat it. Eat it. Because we have to go outside. Eat it. Come on. So I don't know if you could tell she's alright. Just take a little. And then we go. Then we're going. Alright. I'm giving up. See, this is why I'm not a farmer. You guys get to see it first. Yeah. And this is our poor sick duck. Oh, wait a second. Our duck that got attacked by our bald eagle. So he's recovering in there. I don't think he had anything that is bad. He definitely injured his leg, but nothing that can't be fixed. So he's just getting a little time out. And I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see. I'm giving you guys a tour of the farm. Just your exclusive view, and you guys get to see Buddy, who you haven't seen. Buddy, there's Buddy. Buddy, someone knocked over this fence. Did you knock over this fence? So that's Buddy, right there. Buddy is the turkey, if you guys remember, that I had in the bathroom of the farmhouse. And I was hoping she was a boy, but she is a girl. So that's why she had a nest and had babies, and the one baby in the barn is her baby. So these are the turkeys that were the surprise at the end of fall that I had to have in the barn because they were too small to stay out for the freezing weather. So I have separated from the other turkeys, and the reason is because I wanted them, since they were so much smaller, I wanted them to go into our turkey house. So the one thing that most people don't know about these heritage breed turkeys is that heritage breed turkeys are very similar to wild turkeys. So you can't have these turkeys in close proximity to each other, just like you can't do with wild turkeys, because they'll want to kill each other. And these turkeys, just like the wild turkeys, they all roost in our trees. So I didn't want these guys roosting in the trees because they're too small. So one thing that is very similar with our turkeys and wild turkeys is that turkeys start flying when they're just a couple of weeks old. Christine! So Christine just joined us. Yay! Christine knows. I've known Christine for too many years. I won't say how many years we've known each other. We used to sing in a choir in New York a million years ago. And Christine knows that I am not a real farmer or a real dancer. I'm just pretending to be one on Facebook. Yes. Too many. Yes. We were babies. And I have a funny story to tell about Christine. When Christine and I were both living on the Upper West Side, Christine was complaining that she is never going to find a boyfriend, and she's going to be single forever. Well, she is happily married, and I'm so happy for her. I went to their wedding, and Christine still hasn't found me a husband yet, but I'll try not to hold that against her. Yes, St. Catherine. Wait a minute, should I be praying to St. Catherine? I didn't know anything about St. Catherine. I should know that. Yeah, so Christine, I was just telling the other 4 people who are on here why I'm doing this whole YouTube thing, and it's because YouTube actually helps creators out by giving us just a little bit of their profit. Facebook doesn't do that. So since this is the time when it is the patron saint of singles. I did not know that. Wow. Well, that's it. I'm going to start praying to them. Wow. Hi, Linda. So I have my glasses on, so I can actually see comments now. So what I'm trying to do is get people from Facebook over to YouTube, to this channel. So, hi, Jenna. Now, I keep wondering, is it pronounced Jenna or is it Yana? I don't know how you can tell me which one it is, but I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and I'm really sorry about that. It's Jana. Jana, okay. Thank you. I need to know this. Sorry for my ignorance. So, yay. Well, now I know. The next time I see your name on there, I will say, hi, Jana. So, very cool. So the one thing I love about YouTube is that they are making it so not only is it more user-friendly, it's also making it so that we can profit from spending extra time doing videos on YouTube. So they have things like memberships, and you can set levels for membership. People can donate on YouTube. So all these little things that help out me taking care of my babies. But the one thing that I do feel a little bit, I almost feel like I'm prostituting myself. Yeah, and I have a GoFundMe for Patty, because Patty is not going to be able to be productive as a milking goat anymore. She's going to have to retire. And thank you, Jonna, I saw that you donated to Patty's retirement fund. Thank you very much. So by doing that, rather than everyone guilting me into feeling bad because I can't keep all of my animals without support, I thought, okay, well, if I set up a retirement account for Patty, you all can be her support. So that would be awesome. So yeah, we'll see. But hey, every little bit helps. Like I said yesterday, it's $3 a bale of hay. So everything is in increments of $3, the way that I look at it. And like I tell everyone, I am not an actual farmer. I am just this crazy person who bought a farm 5 years ago. So what I love about this channel on YouTube is that I can share with you all of the craziness that I'm going through as a non-farmer, being on this farm. And hopefully some of the things that I learned on the farm I can share with you guys, and we can it can be helpful for you guys as well. So just things like milk. Oh, thank you, Patty. That is so cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's easy for you to say it's not prostitution. You don't have people yelling at me to dance. Thank you very much, Patty. Yeah, so I'm also afraid that these videos are going to sound like this is going to be a telethon or something. So, you know, I'm not really good at selling. And you know, that was the big thing with getting this farm, is that especially after the Ellen show, everyone was telling me I need to have products to sell, to merchandise, so I can profit from all of this traffic coming to the farm. Well, I will just share this with you guys. I actually bought this farm because I don't like all of the consumption that we do. So I love making stuff at home. I am not a big fan of buying stuff. And thank you, Patty. Uh, so, so that's my struggle right now is that if I could somehow be a terribly rich man, I would love to convince everyone to stop buying stuff and uh, do more making and creating on your own at home. So that's what I've fallen in love with on the farm. So I make my own cheese. I make my own goat milk caramel, and everything that has to do with goat milk, we try to make and utilize. Everything that we make with our eggs and with all of our products on the farm. That is, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now it's all it all comes out in the end. So right now we have John had just asked a question about how many goats do I have. Right now I have 32 goats, and some of them are going to another farm. The Weathers, who are the boys, the neutered boys, they actually make the best pets. So there actually is now, believe it or not, a good market for people who want, I call them yard pets. And they're people who have farm land, don't really want a farm, and don't want to deal with actual milking goats or dealing with goats that get bred. Weathers are great because they don't have the hormones. So the boys, since they're neutered, and now I have a boy in here, a turkey that needs to get out. You need to get out there, buddy. Right there. Welcome to my world. Right now I have 32 goats that the Weathers will be going, and the girls, I'm only having 4 bred this year. So we're going down in our goat count. And my problem with raising goats is that I can't have them go to a farm that they're not going to take care of them. I'm actually fine if someone wants the goats, and that there are a lot of people who actually eat goat or chev, and I'd much rather have a goat go for sustainable food rather than factory food. So that's one thing it's a hard thing for a lot of people, because I get a lot of people who do not want to see any animal injured or eaten. And my thing when I got this farm was that I can't be a hypocrite. If I say that animals like these guys should all be raised like this, well, I can't go to a supermarket and buy food from animals that weren't raised like this. So that's my biggest problem now, is trying to convince people that having a great life. Thank you, Giggle, for that bale of hay. Thank you. I think that's how I'm gonna tell people. Just thank you for the bale of hay. Patty would appreciate that. Well, actually, everyone does. Thank you so much. So you guys are the first. Let me flip this around so I can. So I don't know if you can see how much it is snowing here now. So okay, there are my crazy glasses that I have to wear. It stinks to get old. So you guys are the first ones to see this craziness. I plan on doing more of this and sharing more on YouTube. And I'm still trying to figure out how to be able to dance without YouTube shutting me off. Because if it is a copyright song, you can't play it while you're doing a live feed. So I'm going to figure that out. My battery is going to die here. How did that happen? I just turned you on. I'm going to rush and see if I can plug you guys in. So if I can figure that out, that would be awesome. But while I have you guys, if you can do me a huge favor, if you have something that you would like to see on this page, please put it in the comments, because this page is something. Okay, bye, Patty. Thank you. I hope you come back. Make sure you subscribe. And there's something that you can press that it gives you a notification that I'm coming on live. So I don't know where that is on there. But thank you, Patty. Thanks for visiting with us. So I want to do. Oh, it's a bell. Thank you, Donna. Yeah. So we have to get more people to ring that bell. Yeah. Click that bell. Yeah. So this is all new, and I think it's new for everyone else, especially people on Facebook. I tried to get people to come over to this page, but I obviously need to do better at that. So if there's something that you guys want to see, if there's something you want me to talk about, if there's something you want me to do, please let me know in the comments section, and then I will make it a point to do it. Winter is a time when I actually have time to do this kind of geeky stuff, and I can look up what's happening and what people want, and hopefully I can be a little familiar with it. You need a moderator to keep that. Oh, yes. You know what? I probably do need a moderator. Yes. And if you want to do that, Lisa, that would be awesome. Lisa, I think at some point you might have to just move here and be my video technician person. Because, hey, you get out of there. What are you doing? Get out. Yeah, I definitely need to. Oh, thank you, Patty, for being subscribed. I just haven't done that much on YouTube, and along with all the other projects that I'm trying to do, I need to focus more on prostituting myself so that my babies get fed. So if you have something that you want to see, put it in the comments section. That would be awesome, and then I'll try to do it. Don't be nasty though. I can't do any striptease as an old man. That would just be nasty, and I would take that off if I saw something like that. But anything that's fun. I'm going back to doing some stand-up. So I am going to be doing a bunch. Wait, I wish I could move. Oh, you have a high school junior. Yeah, and you don't want to move when they're a junior. My parents moved at the end of my junior year, and I never got over it. I actually had to move back to finish my senior year because I did not want to go to a new school for my senior year. So, yeah. But hey, that means that you're going to have an empty nest there soon. You know, just saying. You know, and then when that happens, don't worry, I have plenty of kids to take their place. I always said I wanted a big family, and be careful what you wish for, because I have way too big of a family now, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, so what else? I need to be more organized, for one thing. And I need to figure out how we're doing this. Mo, are you going to help me? Maybe? I don't know. What do you think, Mo? You could help. You get out of there. Yeah. So, my stand-up routine that I'm doing this coming week is on all of this craziness that's happened since the last time I did stand-up over 20 years ago. So I am talking about me not being a farmer and not knowing what the hell goes by, that something happens and I just have to stop and go, what the hell do I do with this? So that's the routine that I'm working on, and I'm also working on the routine of my fantasy of what was going to happen after being on the Ellen Show. So I'll share this little tidbit with you guys since you were here. So when that whole thing happened, so I had a private Facebook page, and when my friends talked me into sharing that crazy video of me dancing with the goats, well, you all know that it went totally crazy. My Facebook exploded, and I had all of these phone calls and people contacting me about that video. Well, one night, so I had to do a phone interview for a morning show in London, and they set it up for me. They told me when they would be calling, and they would basically be talking to me, to their viewers, for their morning show. So I made sure to get up, wake myself up before they called, so I didn't have a just woken up voice, but I was still laying in bed, and the time ended up by coming and going, and they didn't call. All of a sudden, the thought came into my head that, oh my God, what if I'm schizophrenic? What if none of this is actually happening? And the reason that thought came across my head is because all of this craziness that was happening just on my computer. It wasn't happening in real life. These animals didn't change. No one actually showed up on the farm. So it was all happening just on the computer. So all of a sudden I had this horrible idea that my friends Doug and Garth are going to just show up one day and just have me sit down and say, Jay, think about it. You're on a farm by yourself. You're doing nothing with anyone, just with your animals. And do you really think because you dance with your goats that you have these people from around the world wanting to talk to you? And you have Ellen DeGeneres wanting to have you on her show? Jay, sit down. It's not true. You've just lost your mind. And thank God the phone call came, and I was able to realize, okay, that's fine. The thought was still there. Like, oh my God, this whole thing could be, I could just have this farm thing, and I'm crazy now. Well, you guys know I'm crazy. But, so, yeah, just my crazy, Oh, good. Thank you. I really think I do need you to be my... Yes. I do need to do that, Lisa. Yeah, so all these things, see, this is why I really need someone. I need a lot of help because I'm not a social media person. I mean, obviously, if I were, I would have gotten dressed for this, and I would have tried to find glasses, but yeah. So yeah, I do need help. Um, yeah. So anyway, those are some of the things that I'm working on with this new stand-up routine to try to get. Yes. So really, I'm the normal one. I wish I could copy that comment. As no one's gonna believe that there, Giggle. Sorry. I wish. Yeah. Anyone who buys a farm when they're over 50 without having any knowledge of what farming is, I don't think they're normal. Yeah. So, yeah. But hopefully, the real farmers out there will find it comical that this crazy person actually thought he could pretend to be a farmer. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, I think I'm going to call it a day. I think I've wasted enough of your time. I hope that you are not working right now or supposed to be working, and I'm not getting you guys in trouble. But that's the other thing. If you're watching this, if you have a time that you think is the best time to do these videos, leave it in the comment section, because I don't know what is good for everyone. So, and yeah, if you have a burning question that you guys are the first ones to watch this, so I definitely think you guys should get some sort of reward for putting up with this new stuff that I'm doing. And I can't wait till you all come and visit the farm so that I can load up your car with goats and cheese and turkeys, of course, because I share like that. And it's all right. We'll put down some protection so your seafood won't get all poop. But yeah, so cool. All right, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to get back to work. So thank you so much for joining me for this first live show. And you have a great day too, Lisa. And you have to tell everyone what they missed. I tell them all that I danced for you. Yes, tell them that I was your private dancer. I did what you wanted me to do. Yes. Thank you, Giggle. You have a good day too. Love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.